Good afternoon and welcome to Tiger Field in Sterling, Colorado as we get you set for Brush Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIRN this afternoon. For John Beltran, I'm Ben Blackhead. Thank you so much for joining us as we get set for the Beet Diggers against the Sterling Tigers in a Patriot League contest meeting during the regular season between these two early on in the season, won by the Sterling Tigers. As we head to this second game, the Beet Diggers come in 2-7 on the play. Let's meet your Beet Digger starting lineup today, brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Proud to be Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan in Fort Morgan, Sterling, and Brush. They are available 24/7 for your banking needs. The Beet Diggers on the road in their maroon and gold jerseys with the gray pants will lead things off with Justin Griffith in the leadoff spot, followed by Caleb Cox and Ben Garrett. Gunnar Guzman will be cleaning up for the Beet Diggers today. Jake Queen hitting 5th, Carson Rule 6th, Ryan Dunker 7th, Nick Wellen 8th, and Colin Cole will hit 9th for the Brush Beet Diggers. In the field today, it'll be Ryan Dunker. That is pitching Colin Cole behind the plate at first base for the Brush Beet Diggers today. And I managed to just lose that now. It is number 1, that is there, Bryson Wooldridge, that will be at first. The second baseman, Caleb Cox, and Ben Garrett is at third. The shortstop, Nick Wellen. Jake Queen in left. In center field, Justin Griffith, and in right is Carson Rule. As we set to get this afternoon underway on Beet Digger, your home for Beet Digger Athletics, 1010 KSIR. The first pitch in for a strike to Justin Griffith. Second in as well. Left-hander on the hill for the Sterling Tigers is Chris Sherbarth as the pitch misses high for ball number 1. Griffith, the senior, batting .222 this season for the Beet Diggers. Pitch up and away, evens the count out at 2 balls and 2 strikes on this nice Tuesday afternoon. It is a beautiful temperature outside with 70 degrees here in Sterling. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and down on strikes will go the leadoff man for the Brush Beet Diggers in Justin Griffith. That'll bring Caleb Cox to the plate, the senior, batting .286 on the season for the Brush Beet Diggers. He too steps in on the left side against the left-handed arm in Chris Sherbarth, who misses up and in for ball number 1. Sails low and away for ball number 2. Cox, like many of the Brush Beet Diggers, limited in some of their plate appearances early on in the season. The pop-up on the 2-0 sails toward the Beet Digger dugout up the first base side and onto the roof. Foul for strike number 1. Beet Diggers as a team 2-7 have been able to put the ball in play. High fly ball on the 1, but it's chased down by Christian Rose for out number 2 in the top of inning number 1, and we remain scoreless here in Sterling with Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. 2 outs. That'll bring third baseman Ben Garrett to the plate for the Brush Beet Diggers, a sophomore sporting a .400 batting average on the team this season. Leads the team in hits as he watches the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1 from Sterling Tigers starter Chris Sherbarth. Oh, 1 pitch off the plate away for ball 1 to Ben Garrett. First meeting between these two, Garrett had 1 hit in 3 plate appearances, only 1 at bat as he hits a ground ball down the third base side, and he will get aboard on the first hit of the game for the Brush Beet Diggers. And Gunnar Guzman will come to the plate for the Brush Beet Diggers. The senior batting .286 on the season, leads the team in runs batted in with Ryan Dunker, who will be pitching for the Brush Beet Diggers today. Pitch delivered, first pitch swinging, popped up first base side. In comes Santomasso, he'll make the catch, and that will end the inning. Beet Diggers get a hit, leave a man aboard. Middle of the first, we're scoreless. Brush Beet Diggers and Sterling Tigers. This is 1010 KSIR. And welcome back to Sterling as we head to the bottom of inning number 1. Scoreless between the Brush Beet Diggers and the Sterling Tigers. I'm Ben Blackett filling in for John Beltran. Buildings by Design has the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your building project right. Start with Buildings by Design as they bring you the first Beet Digger pitch of the game that will be tossed today by Ryan Dunker, the senior with a 175 earned run average on the season. For the Brush Beet Diggers, gave up 2 hits and 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks in his previous start for the Brush Beet Diggers. And he'll be squaring off for the Sterling Tigers with Jacob Segi to kick things off. The Sterling Tigers will have Jacob Segi leading it off. Christian Rose and Drew Book will follow. Austin Nelson, Dylan Santomasso, Grayson Dudley, Chris Sherbarth, Caden Sheets, and Dustin Ferguson will follow up. The remainder of the order is the first pitch misses for ball number 1 from Dunker. Don't fire the pitch. It's fisted off foul into Walsh Parkway behind the field, and it will even out at a ball and a strike to leadoff man in the bottom of inning number 1. 70-degree day, slight breeze, nothing major. A breaking ball doesn't high for ball 2. First meeting, the win for the Sterling Tigers against the Brush Beet Diggers. Segi 1 for 3 and scored a run. Low below the knees on the 2-ball and 1-strike pitch for ball number 3. Three and 1 from Dunker. Pitch fought foul, left field side, sailing out of play. Will fill the count out for the Beet Digger, or for the Tiger leadoff man. Dunker. Pitch drilled back up the middle by Segi. It's going to find the gap and roll all the way to the fence. Segi will trot his way into second, and he will have a leadoff double for the Sterling Tigers. And the Brush Beet Diggers will look to work with a runner in scoring position. It'll be Christian Rose, the second batter to the plate for the Sterling Tigers. Rose on the right side with a runner in scoring position. Sterling known for being very, very aggressive. As Rose steps in, squares to bunt, drops a beauty up the third base side. He's going to get aboard on an infield single as Beet Digger third baseman Ben Garrett was back. So a bunt single for the... Wow, somebody is just going to sit here and holler all day on the PA, huh? Okay. It's 2 men aboard for Drew Book with nobody out. Ryan Dunker will face off with Drew Book, who went 1 for 4 in the first meeting between these two teams, and he'll wear one off the elbow, so the Brush Beet Diggers will have to deal with loaded bases and nobody out in the bottom of inning number 1. So Austin Nelson will come to the plate for the Sterling Tigers. Nelson, the senior, 0 for 5 with a run batted in the first meeting between these two teams. A much less than ideal weather day in Brush back in March. The first pitch to Nelson is high for ball number 1. Dunker and fire the pitch, and Book tattoos the ball deep to left field, sailing back to the fence, over the fence, and gone. It is a grand slam, and the Sterling Tigers are on the board with nobody out. The first 4 have reached and all have touched all 4. And the Brush Beet Diggers find themselves in a big hole early in the bottom of inning number 1. Dunker left one into the sweet spot of Austin Nelson, and he has driven it out. And we'll have a visit for the Brush Beet Diggers by Coach Kevin Fergus to talk with his starting pitcher and try and settle him down. He's emptied the bases off, so just mentally look to restart the inning if you were the Brush Beet Diggers. However, a double, a bunt single, a hit batsman, and a home run, each the last 3 coming on just 1 pitch at bats, have changed the momentum of this game quite mightily. Stubbs Gas and Oil wants you to make them your next stop when heading out of town. Gas up your vehicle, sit down to lunch. Hunting, fishing license is everything you need. Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins. As Dylan Sanamaso steps to the plate, he too is first pitch swinging, but lifts the ball out to center, and it is chased down easily for the Brush Beet Diggers by Justin Griffith. So 1 out in the bottom of the first inning and a 4-0 lead for the Sterling Tigers. Grayson Dudley will come to the plate. Dunker, first pitch on the inside corner to Dudley for strike number 1. A 1 pitch fouled off. The count will quickly go to 0-2. Give up the grand slam. You want to settle yourself in, and getting that first pitch out and then quickly getting ahead 0-2 could help it for Dunker, and then he gets a little blip shot over to first. It's stabbed off by Woolridge, who will win the foot race to the bag for the 3 unassisted putout, and out number 2 in the bottom of inning number 1. The bring pitcher Chris Sherbarth to the plate for the Sterling Tigers. Sherbarth did not play in the first game between these two teams. Dunker, first pitch, high. He swing and a miss for strike 1. Working quickly, Dunker will set and fire once again. Sherbarth loops it foul or fair. It's down the line. Did it? Nope, it did end up getting foul. Looked foul initially off the bat. And the reaction of Beet Digger left fielder Jade Queen appeared to be that that ball was going to stay fair. He quickly hurried to the line, and it sailed over the fence behind the foul pole. 0-2 with 2 outs. Pitch delivered right down the middle, and down looking will go Sherbarth. So it was a rocky start to the inning for the Brush Beet Diggers, giving up a grand slam, but they were able to get the next 3 batters out and end the inning. 4-0 Sterling over Brush after 1. This is Brush Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. Welcome back to Tiger Field in Sterling as we head to inning number 2. The Brush Beet Diggers trailing the Sterling Tigers. It will be Jade Queen, Carson Rule, and Ryan Dunker at the plate for the Brush Beet Diggers as we head to the second inning. Our second inning is brought to you by Cargill Meat Solutions. Cargill is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn more about Cargill's story of commitment online at cargill.com. It'll be Jade Queen that'll lead things off for the Brush Beet Diggers in this second inning. The junior batting .368 on the season, leads the team in hits this year. Look if he can find his way aboard. Beet Diggers had a single that was left aboard in the first frame. Sherbarth, 13 pitches in that first inning, misses off the plate away from the right-handed hitting Queen for ball 1. 1-0 Sherbarth, pitch even further away for ball 2. First meeting between these two teams. Queen had a pair of hits Beet Diggers were able to put together 8 hits in the loss to the Sterling Tigers early in the season, as ball 3 is in on the feet of Queen. To get that leadoff man aboard, it's the way to try and chip your way back in a game where you have given up a 4 spot in the first. Queen will do so by getting aboard on a walk, a 4-pitch walk, and to the plate will come Carson Rule for the Beet Diggers, the junior. 1 for 4 in the first meeting between these two teams. Rule expected to bunt if the defensive lineman of the Tigers is any indication. Austin Nelson, the third baseman, is on the grass near the line. Rule's not bunting. He's swinging. Pops one up. Foul territory. Going to get to the fence, but not over the fence. And Santa Masa will chase it down in foul territory for the Sterling Tigers. And out number 1 on a pop-up in foul territory. Runner remains at first, and Ryan Dunker, the pitcher, will come to the plate. The senior batting .231 this season. Did not hit in the first game against the Sterling Tigers. Runner is moving at first. The pitch is high to Dunker. The throw down to second. And welcome back to Sterling. It is the bottom of the second. The Brush Beet Diggers with a runner on have the runner cut down at home. Welcome back to Tiger Field. I'm Ben Blecka. The Sterling Tigers got the runner cut down and got the ensuing out, so the Beet Diggers, in spite of the leadoff man on, unable to do anything with that leadoff runner. And the Beet Diggers trail 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Ryan Dunker will face Caden Sheets, Dustin Ferguson, and Jacob Segi. The first pitch for Dunker grounded over to second. Cox scoops it up and tosses it to first in time for out number 1 in the bottom of inning number 2. Our Beet Digger baseball coverage brought to you by B&B Appliance. When you're shopping for new appliances, shop the best appliance store in Fort Morgan. B&B Appliance carries a full line of Whirlpool appliances that will help you find the perfect fit. B&B Appliance in downtown Fort Morgan. Dustin Ferguson will come to the plate for the Sterling Tigers. The left-handed hitting center fielder watches the first pitch low for ball 1 from Ryan Dunker. Dunker misses low again for ball 2. First 4 runners of the game reached, including the 4th runner, a grand slam from Austin Nelson as the 2-0 pitch finds the outside corner for strike 1 from Dunker. He'll deliver the pitch. It's fouled off by Ferguson. The count will even out at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One out, bottom of the second. Dunker, pitch, popped to the backstop, foul. So we'll do it again. Four consecutive batters sent down by Dunker after the first 4 got on, and that streak will come to a close as Ferguson drives the ball deep into left center field. Not deep enough to get him a double. We'll have a single as Jake Queen takes a good route to the ball for the Brush Beet Diggers, and he'll be aboard, but expect the Sterling Tigers to be moving pretty quickly as Jacob Segi will come to the plate. He kicked off the first inning with the double and came home on the grand slam. Segi possibly gonna bunt if Ben Garrett's defense is any indication. The pitch up high for ball 1. Tigers have shown the willingness to play small ball as Christian Rose laid down a bunt single in the first inning in an attempt to advance Segi from second to third. Pitch Flown out to center field. It is shallow center field, but a good read by Justin Griffith. He's able to get there and record the second out of the bottom of the second inning and keep the runner at first for Christian Rose. Rose, as we mentioned, that bunt single in the first inning. Steps in on the right side, runner moving pitch in the zone for a strike. Rose a late swing. Ferguson takes off and will swipe second. A stolen base puts him into scoring position for the Sterling Tigers, with the Beet Diggers trailing 4-0. Pitch delivered. Rose goes down the right field line, sailing toward the line, and foul. I'll take the count to no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs to the Sterling Tiger left fielder. Beet Diggers.
Now, no balls and 2 strikes now, the count with 2 outs.
Like to keep this 4-0. The back end of their order, 8, 9, and 1, due up in the top of inning number 3. Up the ladder goes the 0-2 pitch from Dunker for ball 1. Having to deal with a runner in scoring position. In inning number 1, gave up the infield single, hit a batter, and then the grand slam. He will hit Rose as Ferguson took off. Rose was plunked, so that will negate the base runner moving from second to third as the hit batsman goes down as a dead ball. So Ferguson back at second, Rose at first, and Drew Book, who was hit by a pitch, will come to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. The Beet Diggers trailing the Sterling Tigers 4-0. Dunker sits one at the knees on the outside corner for strike 1 to Drew Book. Book, the blue and white starred sleeve, pitch delivered. He swings for the fences and fouls it over the Beet Digger dugout up the first base side. No balls, 2 strikes. Dunker. Runners moving, pitch delivered. Book pops the ball up on the infield. Nick Wellen, the shortstop, camps and catches, and that will end the inning. Pair of runners left aboard for the Sterling Tigers. Beet Diggers keep it 4-0. Sterling leads as we head to the third. This is 1010 KSIR. Fresh Beet Diggers trail 4-0 as we head to inning number 3. Beet Digger coverage here on 1010 KSIR, brought to you by Brush Grocery Cart, groceries, fresh cut meat, and deli items, Floral Pharmacy, and Western Union, as well as public servant payments and 24-hour gas, all at Brush Grocery Cart. I'm Ben Bleckett filling in for John Beltran on this Tuesday. Grand slam in the first inning for the Sterling Tigers is the difference right now. The Brush Beet Diggers had runner on in the first inning, left said runner aboard, got the leadoff man on in inning number 2. He was cut down stealing. So we head to the third inning, and shortstop Nick Wellen will lead things off. Wellen followed by catcher Colin Cole in the top of the Beet Digger order. And Justin Griffith, the first pitch from Chris Sherbarth, the Tiger pitcher, on the outside corner to the right-handed hitting Wellen for strike number 1. Sherbarth pitch. Wellen barrels the ball up out to left field, and he'll get aboard. The leadoff man on for the Brush Beet Diggers for a second consecutive inning. See if the Beet Diggers can do something with it this time, as Colin Cole, the catcher, will come to the plate. Had a 2-out base runner in the first, a leadoff base runner last inning, so the Beet Diggers are getting men on, anticipating a bunt. Austin Nelson at third comes in on the grass. First pitch to Cole on the outside corner for strike number 1. Sherbarth at 25 pitches, 14 in the zone, 11 out of the zone. Beat Diggers' only strikeout is Justin Griffith, who led off inning number 1 with a strikeout. Pick throw over to first, and Welland dives back in safely. Sherbarth. No fire. Ball laced off foul by Colin Cole. 1-2 on the count. In the top of inning number 3. As Sherbarth will step off and take a little bit of time. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch up and away for ball 2 to Colin Cole. A left-hander Sherbarth is keeping Welland, the runner at first, relatively close. It's a good secondary lead. Ball knocked back up the middle and underneath the attempt of Jacob Segi.
Now runners on first and second with nobody out.
And that'll be a second consecutive hit.
The center fielder, number 2, Justin Griffith.
Putting runners on first and second for the Brush Beat Diggers. And Justin Griffith
28, Josiah Henry
will come to the plate, having the strikeout his first time up. Josiah Henry, the courtesy runner at first for the Brush Beat Diggers. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Griffith, a swing and a miss. First time the Beat Diggers have put a runner at second, trailing 4-0 in the top of the 3rd. Pitch inside for ball 1 to Justin Griffith. And came in today anticipating a much wider strike zone than I am accustomed to seeing. My normal gig, the voice of Northeastern Junior College on 94.5 The Ranch. Apparently we had umpires with very liberal strike zones this weekend, because this strike zone actually feels tighter than what I saw this weekend. 2-1. Pitch on the outside corner for strike number 2 to Griffith. Nobody out. With 2 strikes in the count, Austin Nelson at third backing off from fielding the bunt, and down on strikes will go Griffith as he swung for the fences and got 0 contact. So he's the first out at the top of the 3rd inning. And to the plate will come Caleb Cox, who flew out to shallow left in his first at-bat in inning number 1. Transwest Chevrolet Buick has been serving Northeast Colorado and is now in both Fort Morgan and Sterling. They have a great selection of new and used vehicles. Stop by and take a test drive. The first pitch to Cox in the left-handed batter's box, foul to the backstop. First strike 1. Welland, average size lead behind the left-hander Sherbarth at second. Nice size secondary lead. Pitch bounced to the plate, blocked by Drew Book, and the runners have to retreat back to the bags at first and second. One pitch is low and away to Cox for ball 2. Sherbarth fires the pitch off the plate for ball 3.
3 balls and 1 strike with 1
Beat
out.
Diggers, base runners in this ball game have come by 3 singles, and a walk, and now 2 walks as the 3-1 pitch misses and loads the bases up for Ben Garrett, who had the single in the first inning and was left aboard. And the Sterling Tigers will have an infield meeting on the mound as the Beet Diggers look for the first run of the ball game, which is brought to you by Western Engineering Consultants, providing civil engineering services for aviation, municipal, commercial, and residential clients located in Colorado. Western Engineering is invested and involved in the communities they work in. And wish good luck to all area athletes competing this year and bring you the first Beet Digger run, which hopefully will come in this inning with one out in the top of the third, trailing 4-0. The Beet Diggers have the bases loaded. Ben Garrett dig in on the right side and watch the first pitch hop to the plate for ball one. This inning has been a little bit rocky in command for Sherbarth. With an even balls and strikes ratio right now in 40 pitches, 20 in the zone, 20 out of the zone. 1-0 pitch. Turns it just ever so slightly to the strike side with a outside corner ball, a ball and a strike in the top of inning number 3. Sherbarth, 1-1 pitch, line to the backstop, foul for strike 2. Beet Diggers will be in action on Thursday against the Yuma Indians. John Beltran will be back for that one on KSIR. 1-2. Sherbarth pitch up and away. Ball 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes now.
Garrett still needs to be defensive with 2 strikes in the count. Sherbarth doesn't have to find the zone here. 2-2 pitch. Chipped. Foul tip. Back into the catcher's glove. A foul tip, and then a pick throw down to third, and Nick Wellen dives back in ahead of the tag of Austin Nelson. So Ben Garrett down on strikes, and designated hitter Gunnar Guzman will come to the plate for the Brush Beet Diggers. Guzman popped up to first to end inning number 1. He'll hit a grounder to third, and the tag will end the third. The Beet Diggers load the bases up with 1 out and are unable to score. They trail 4-0, middle of the third inning. This is Brush Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. Welcome back to Sterling as we head to the bottom of the third inning. The Sterling Tigers lead your Brush Beet Diggers 4-0 on 1010 KSIR. I'm Ben Blecka. Our coverage brought to you by State Farm Insurance. When you're looking for someone to walk you through the insurance world, turn to the office of Greg Mullen and Brush. Home, auto, life, or health, State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call today, 842-4555. Austin Nelson with the grand slam to plate all 4 Sterling Tiger runs in the first inning will be at the plate. It'll be Austin Nelson, Dylan Santamasso, and Grayson Dudley against Ryan Dunker. In the bottom of this third inning, the first pitch into the dirt to Nelson for ball 1. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 2 left aboard for the Sterling Tigers. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 4 left aboard for the Brush Beet Diggers. Trying to work the inside corner is Dunker. He misses to Nelson. Right-handed hitting third baseman. A 2-0 pitch low and away for ball 3. Dunker, 3-0. He can't find the zone. Misses low for ball 4, so a leadoff walk to the grand slam hitter Austin Nelson. That is the first walk issued in this game by Dunker. He had hit 2 batters and given up a trio of hits. Dylan Santamasso comes in. He lifted the ball to center field his first time up, lifts the ball out to left field this second time. First pitch swinging deep back on. So Nelson hits a grand slam in the first, and then after drawing a walk in the bottom of the third, Santamasso clubs a home run for the Sterling Tigers, who now lead 6-0. All of the Tiger damage coming on long balls today as the team meets the first baseman at home plate in celebration. This is the league opener for the Sterling Tigers in the Patriot League. They were supposed to open up on Saturday against Estes Park, but they were unable to do that due to the weather in the area. So that game got pushed back. Weather could potentially alter the Sterling Tigers weekend as well, as it's not looking too happy this Saturday. So base is empty, nobody out, bottom of the third, and Dunker will face Dudley and hits his third batter of the game, plunking him on the elbow on his first pitch. So Chris Sherbarth will now come up. He is a strikeout that Dunker has recorded. The only strikeout Dunker has recorded today. Sherbarth watches the runner Grayson Dudley take off from first. He'll swipe second, and the throw caroms out into center field, but not far enough away for Dudley to advance any further. So another stolen base for the Sterling Tigers and another runner in scoring position for Sterling. They're 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position today. Dunker. Long look at Dudley, who has a large lead. Grounder by Sherbarth back to the mound. Dunker will make the throw over to first and record the first out of the inning after luking the runner over to the bag at second. So runner stays in scoring position in second for Caden Sheets, who grounded out to second in his first at-bat of the day. Dunker, first pitch to Sheets on the inside corner for a strike. Throw down to third, not in time to get Grayson Dudley. So a second stolen base of the at-bat for the Sterling Tiger right fielder, and he stands 90 feet away from the 7th run of the ball game after a 2-run home run has extended the Sterling Tiger lead in the 3rd. Ryan Dunker finds the outside corner for strike 2 to Caden Sheets. Ground ball to the right side. Anything lifted to the outfield would likely plate the run. Tried to lift something to the outfield. The problem was he swung at one over his helmet brim and is down on strikes. Second strikeout of the game for Ryan Dunker. Second out of this bottom of the 3rd inning, and Dustin Ferguson will come to the plate. He singled in his first at-bat. Runner on third for the Sterling Tigers center fielder. First pitch finds an ease on the inside corner of the left-handed hitter for strike 1. Dunker. Pitch lifted to the outfield by Ferguson. Chase given by Griffith, and he'll make the catch for the Brush Beat Diggers to retire the Sterling Tiger hitters. 2-run home run, though, makes it 6-0 in favor of Sterling through 3 innings of play. This is Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. Welcome back to Tiger Field in Sterling. We head to the top of inning number 4. The Brush Beat Diggers will have Jade Queen, Carson Rule, and Ryan Dunker at the plate, trailing 6-0. Grand slam in the first, a 2-run home run in the 3rd. Beat Diggers have had base runners, including Jade Queen, but they've not been successful in scoring runs. Left a runner on in the 1st inning, left the bases loaded in the 3rd. Queen, who walked in the 2nd, was caught stealing. Our 4th inning brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or a pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, it's Ehrlich Toyota East. Jay Queen will lead the inning off against Chris Sherbarth. The first pitch outside for ball number 1. Sherbarth able to limit the Tigers as he misses high for ball number 2. found the first pitch for the zone more often than not today has Sherbarth, but the Beat Diggers unable to capitalize on that. Queen watches the pitch low for ball 3. He took a 4-pitch walk in the second inning. One out of the zone away from doing that for his second at-bat of the game. Sherbarth pitch. Queen will not take the pitch. He'll ground it out into left field. So the leadoff man is on for the third consecutive inning for the Brush Beat Diggers. Jake Queen will stand at first ahead of Carson Rule. The first pitch popped one up that stayed within the fence and was able to be chased down in foul territory by Sterling Tiger first baseman Dylan Sanamaso. First pitch to Rule. Trotted on the outside corner for strike 1. Oh and 1. Sherbarth popping the mitt up and away to even the count out at a ball and a strike. Sherbarth, the left-hander, keeping an eye on Queen. Up and in for ball 2 to Carson Rule. Sterling Tigers in the latest ChatSonNow.com rankings ranked number 3 in the state, behind Lamar, whom they lost to early in the season, and University. They will play next Saturday. A foul ball off on the 2-1 pitch to Carson Rule, will even the count out at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6-0 in the top of the 4th. Sherbarth, the pitch. Lazy fly ball out to right field. It's going to drop down in front of Grayson Dudley and be a second consecutive single for the Brush Beat Diggers in the top of the 4th inning. Let's see what Ryan Dunker can do. The Brush Beat Diggers had runners aboard, as we mentioned last inning. Left them loaded. 0 for 3 for the Brush Beat Diggers. And Coach Kevin Fergus is going to bring a runner in for Carson Rule. At first, the pinch runner will be Shane Wright. That will take over at first following the single. So runners will be on first and second regardless of who is where. Jake Queen is the lead runner, and Ryan Dunker, the Beat Digger pitcher, trying to help his cause. He'll watch the first pitch up for ball 1. A delayed takeoff by Jake Queen, and he's caught stealing at third. Queen put down 2-5 as Drew Book cuts down his second runner of the game. Wrights does move up to second on a delayed steal once the throw was made. So a runner still stands in scoring position, but there is now 1 out in the top of the 4th with the Brush Beat Diggers trailing 6-0. And Dunker swings and misses on the 1-0 pitch to even the count out at a ball and a strike. One and one, Sherbarth. The pitch dives into the dirt, held off by Ryan Dunker for ball 2. Beat Diggers in search of their first run. Pitch high and away for ball 3 to Dunker after leaving a runner on in the first and the bases loaded in the third. A much needed run right now for Brush. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch behind the back of Dunker, and the throw went to the backstop Wrights will move to third on what has initially been ruled as a wild pitch. Sterling Tiger coach Jeff Squire is saying that it hit the batter. I don't believe he's going to get that overturned. He protests to the home plate umpire. Now, Jeff Squire will go have a conversation with the field umpire, and the two umpires will have a conversation following the pitch that went all the way to the backstop that was ruled a wild pitch by the home plate umpire. Wrights moved to third, and then Dunker went down to second after he saw the Tigers lazily trying to get the ball back into the field of play, so he took an extra base, and the field umpire is turning back to Sterling Tiger coach Jeff Squire and saying no, that is not going to be ruled a hit batsman. So the wild pitch will give Wrights third, Dunker second after the walk. And then Ryan Dunker, as the pitcher, has a courtesy runner that comes on for him in the form of Ben Brown. And Sterling Tiger coach Jeff Squire will have a conversation with Chris Sherbarth, his pitcher, and his infield following his protest to the umpire. 6-0, Sterling leads. 1 out, top of the fourth. Brush has runners on second and third. Willow Coffee and Bake Shop, from breakfast and snacks to perfectly brewed coffee and teas, even gift items. Willow Coffee and Bake Shop is at 921 Edison Street. Stop by in Brush today. So the ball for wild pitch by Chris Sherbarth will put two in scoring position, and Nick Wellen, who hit a fly single out to left his first time up, will have his second appearance at the plate. Leading off last inning is a part of the inning where the Beat Diggers loaded them up and failed to score. Sherbarth finds the outside corner for strike one to Nick Wellen. Wellen, middle of the batter's box, watches one sail away into the left-handed batter's box to even the count out at a ball and a strike. Shallow lead for Wrights at third. Brown at second, very large, especially secondary lead, as Wellen watches the 1-1 pitch below the knees for ball two. Two balls and a strike. Sherbarth pitch caught the feet of Wellen as he was trying to jump out of the way of that one. So a hit batsman and loads the bases up for Colin Cole, a 9-hole hitter for the Brush Beat Diggers, who got one into right field his first time up. A scoring opportunity of the day for the Brush Beat Diggers. The command of Chris Sherbarth has begun to escape him. 63 pitches in. Corner infield even with the grass. Middle infield at second, somewhat tight for Segi, very deep for Sheets. Runners large lead, and Cole, the Beat Digger catcher, watches a strike by on the inner third. 0-1. Colin Cole trying to scratch a run across the plate. He'll foul tip one, back pick down to second, and sliding back in safely is Ben Brown. No balls and two strikes. Cole awaits pitch, lined. It will find its way into right field. Beat Diggers will play to run. Everybody will move up one bag. It's an RBI single for Colin Cole. And the Brush Beat Diggers are on the board in the top of inning number 4. They now trail 6-1, still with one away. Our Beat Digger first run of the game brought to you by Western Engineering Consultants, providing all of their civil engineering services for their clients in Colorado. So 1 out, bases remain loaded, and the Beat Diggers now trail the Sterling Tigers 6-1. To the plate will come Justin Griffith for Brush, his third at-bat of the ball game. A pair of strikeouts in his first two. Watches the first on the outside corner for strike number 1. You're listening to Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR, KSIR.com. I'm Ben Bleckett filling in for John Beltran. Griffith pokes the 0-1 pitch foul over the fence and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. A single by Colin Cole, who's been replaced at first as a courtesy runner. The 6th hit of the ball game for the Beat Diggers. Looking for the 7th is Griffith. Popped up in foul territory, and Nelson trying to chase it down for the Sterling Tigers. Got his feet caught on one of the field gophers and fell down as the ball came toward his glove. So just a foul ball. Still 1 away. Bases remain loaded, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Griffith will dig back in. Sherbarth delivers the pitch. Griffith pops it up. It's going to get out of the field of play this time. 1-2 once again. Defense being readjusted in the outfield. Sherbarth. Over 70 pitches. Time called as he was taking too much. Justin Griffith wants the tempo to be in his favor. 1-2. Sherbarth kicks, fires, pitch lifted out to left. Rose coming in, sliding, unable to make the catch. Tagging and coming in because he'd frozen was Ben Brown. He'll score. It'll be an RBI drive for the Beat Diggers center fielder to make this now a 6-2 ball game.
Brings up the second baseman, number 20, Caleb.
And the bases remain loaded with 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. And Caleb Cox will come to the plate for the Brush Beat Diggers. He's flown out to left and walked today. Turning it into a 6-2 ball game, or the Brush Beat Diggers trying to claw their way back in. This is how you come back from a 6-run deficit. There is no 6-run play. A peck down to third to try and get Nick Wellen after the first pitch to Cox. Misses high for ball 1. Bounces off the bag, but stays in the field of play, unable to allow the runners to advance for the Beat Diggers. 1-0, and looks like the Sterling Tigers are going to make a pitching change. It's the pitch count sitting at 73. We will see a new Sterling Tiger pitcher. Why don't we take a 90-second break? We'll come back in the top of the 4th. 1 out. The Brush Beat Diggers trail the Sterling Tigers 6-2. This is Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. 6-2 lead for the Sterling Tigers as the Brush Beat Diggers have driven starting pitcher Chris Sherbarth from the game. He'll be replaced by Eric Denning in the top of this 4th inning. And Denning will inherit a 1-0 count to Caleb Cox with the bases loaded. Cox, a fly out and a walk to his credit in his first 2 plate appearances of the afternoon. Takes a strike in the first pitch from Denning. Trying to preserve the edge that the Tigers gave themselves with a grand slam in the first and a 2-run homer in the 3rd. Second pitch from Denning is a strike, so the count 1-2. Just chipped off foul by Caleb Cox. The count will remain a ball and 2 strikes. This top of the 4th inning for the Brush Beat Diggers began with Jade Queen singling. He was cut down stealing when Ryan Dunker was at the plate following Carson Rule's single. Dunker drew a walk. Nick Wellen hit by a pitch. An RBI single by Colin Cole and an RBI single by Justin Griffith as the 1-2 pitch from Denning is high to Cox for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch rolled back up the middle, hops off the mound, fielded by shortstop Caden Sheets. He'll make the tag at second, the throw to first, and Dylan Santamasso lays out to pick it out of the dirt, and the field umpire says it is a 6-3 double play to end the inning. The Brush Beet Diggers plate a pair, though. They trail 6-2, middle of the fourth inning. Back in 60 seconds with Brush Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. Welcome back to Sterling as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Sterling Tigers lead the Brush Beet Diggers 6-2. Our bottom of the fourth inning brought to you by Colorado Plains Medical Center. CPMC has experienced physicians and a highly trained surgical team trained in the latest surgical procedures. Explore what procedures are possible in your hometown at Colorado Plains Medical Center. Carson Rule re-enters the ball game for the Brush Beet Diggers in right field after being run for in the top of this fourth inning. Ryan Dunker remains as the pitcher. He'll face Jacob Sagi, Christian Rose, and Drew Book, the top three in the Sterling Tiger order in the bottom of the fourth inning. Sagi, a double in the first inning, a flyout in the second. His third plate appearance in this, the fourth inning. Dunker, first pitch, inside corner at the knees for strike one. He's been able to induce a pair of strikeouts, has Dunker, so far this afternoon. The 0-1 pitch lifted out to center field. Beet Diggers tracking it down near the fence, and the catch is made for the first out of the inning. 48 pitches for Ryan Dunker, 6 runs, all of them earned, a pair of strikeouts, 5 hits, 1 walk, 3 hit batsmen. The biggest problem is that 2 of the 5 hits he has given up are home runs, a grand slam in the first and a 3-run bomb last inning. Christian Rose with a bunt single and being hit by a pitch will now step to the plate. First pitch finds the outside corner at the knees for strike one to the Sterling Tiger left fielder. Dunker paints the outside corner for strike two to Rose. Working quickly, Dunker pitch, Rose lifts it, foul over the Beet Digger dugout. Count remains 0-2. 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 3 left on for Sterling. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 6 left on for Brush. 0-2 pitch, laid back up the middle by Rose. Dunker off the mound, fields it, tosses it to first in time for out number 2. So Dunker working efficiently after the offense getting going. Would like to do the same as Drew Book will come to the plate. First pitch, Book swings and misses from Dunker. Dunker works quickly and knocks him off the hip as he missed inside. So it's his 4th batter of the ball game, does Ryan Dunker. Ends a streak of 5 straight. Beet Diggers retired, and now he'll have to tangle with Austin Nelson, who
courtesy runner number 27, Trevor
launched
Roush.
the grand slam in inning number 1 for the Brush Beet Diggers, where Book is the catcher He gets a courtesy runner. Trevor Roush will be that courtesy runner. And Austin Nelson, who walked his second time up, will be the 55th pitch to start his at-bat from Ryan Dunker. Dunker going to keep an eye on Roush. Sterling has already run quite a bit today. First pitch on the outside corner at the knees for strike one to Austin Nelson. Three stolen bases for the Sterling Tigers in as many attempts. 0-1, runner moving, pitch delivered on the outside corner, strike two. Throw down to second, not in time to get Trevor Roush. That is the fourth stolen base of the game for the Brush Beet Diggers. And Austin Nelson with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth inning. Look to come through with a hit to get one of the two back the Beet Diggers got in the fourth. He won't. Watched by, strike three, punched out looking. Ryan Dunker gets out with no damage. Beet Digger bats to the plate, trailing 6-2 as we head to inning number 5. This is Brush Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. Sterling Tiger Baseball leading the Brush Beet Diggers 6-2 as we head to the 5th inning. Welcome back to Sterling. I'm Ben Black. Our coverage of Brush Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. Brought to you by AC Ice. When you need ice, don't settle for any old frozen water. Get AC Ice. You can find it in any local grocery or convenience store near you. Beet Diggers led the bases loaded in the second inning, or third inning, pardon me. Last inning had the bases loaded, able to scrape a couple across, but a double play ended the inning. It'll be Ben Garrett, Gunnar Guzman, and Jade Queen due up in the 5th inning. The first pitch to Ben Garrett, he swings and misses. For strike one, Eric Denning came in and got out of the inning for the Sterling Tigers last inning. The 0-1 pitched low and away to even the count out at a ball and a strike. Garrett, a single and a strikeout to his credit today. Pitch delivered, and Garrett will rip it off foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Beet Diggers, rough game their last time out. Played well the game before that. So this is the team that is trying to find that right speed on the roller coaster. We've already seen that within the game today as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes high for ball 2. The early grand slam. As Garrett watched by the third pitch on the outside corner, it was close. He got rung up for the first out in the top of the 5th inning. Keeps it 6-2, and Gunnar Guzman, who's popped up to first and reached on a fielder's choice, will step in, and the first one he sees scoots foul up the third base side for strike one. Ryan Dunker's been able to keep the pitch count down, which is always a plus. Keep your starting arm in the ball game. He's been able to limit the damage a couple different times as Sterling has left 4 runners aboard. A 1 pitch misses away on a breaking ball from Denning. The count will even out at a ball and a strike. Pitch delivered, ball poked to the backstop, foul by Gunnar Guzman. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sun beginning to head down. Some clouds working their way in, but it's going to be beautiful across the region the next couple days. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball lifted by Guzman out to left field, sailing toward the line, and it's going to get down foul on the converging Christian Rose, Caden Sheets, and Austin Nelson. None of them able to make the play. Guzman stays alive. Denning, 1-2. Pitch. Late swing and a miss by Guzman. Got fooled on location and speed. And he's down on strike. The second strikeout of the inning for Eric Denning. 2 outs in the top of the fifth with the Beat Diggers trailing 6-2. And Jade Queen to the plate. Queen has been hit for here, I should say. Ben Brown will come in.
Pitch hitter for Brush is number 6, Ben Brown.
He'll come in for Jade Queen, who's reached twice but been caught stealing twice. Brown, the senior, for the Brush Beat Diggers, came on as a courtesy runner last inning for, I believe, the pitcher Ryan Dunker, but that does not count as an official entry in. It would prevent him from being able to pinch hit. So 2 outs, top 5. Ben Brown will pop off foul. The first pitch from Eric Denning for strike 1. Denning, the right-hander. He'll set and fire. The pitch sails away from Ben Brown, and the count will even out at a ball and a strike. Top of this fifth inning, brought to you in part by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu. 1-1 pitch misses the zone for ball 2. Ben Brown digs back in, 2-1 up the ladder, ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. Denning, pitch delivered. Brown lifts the ball a mile high out to right field. It's chased down by Grayson Dudley and ends the inning. Beat Diggers sat down in order. They trail 6-2, middle of the 5th inning. This is Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. Welcome back to Sterling. In the bottom of the 5th inning we go with the Brush Beat Diggers trailing the Sterling Tigers 6-2. Ingmar Phillips Insurance wants to help you. If you were looking to find insurance for your car, your home, or even yourself, Ingmar Phillips Insurance has 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan to help you with that home, car, health, or life insurance questions, or to provide you with a quote. Dylan Santamasso will lead things off for the Sterling Tigers. So we head to the bottom of inning number 5. Santamasso, a 2-run home run, his last time up in inning number 3. Fouls off the first pitch from Ryan Dunker for strike number 1. Dunker, outside of hitting batters, has been pretty solid with what he's offered today. Santamasso takes a pretty good pitch on the outside corner and gets around on it and drives it into shallow left field for a leadoff single for the Sterling Tigers.
That'll bring up the right fielder.
So the Sterling Tigers get the leadoff man on for the 3rd time today. The previous 2 times, the 1st and 3rd innings, when they scored all of their runs. Santamasso stands on first, and Grayson Dudley will come to the plate. The first pitch off the elbow of Dudley. Dunker hits yet another batter for the Brush Beat Diggers starting pitcher. I mentioned outside of the hit batsman, which now stand at 5. He's come away with pretty solid outing. He will face Eric Denning, who came on as the pitcher in the 4th inning, and will now hit the 7th hole. His first time at the plate today. Denning squares to bunt and pops it up foul, first base side, for strike 1. 61 pitches for Ryan Dunker right now. 43 in the zone, 18 out of the zone. 5 of the 18 out of the zone have hit batters. 0-1. Santamasso, nice size lead out at second. Large secondary lead out first for Grayson Dudley. Bunt down the first base side by Eric Denning will move the runners up, fielded by Bryson Wooldridge, who tosses to first, covered by second baseman Caleb Cox, picking up the first out of the inning, but a quality out for Eric Denning and advancing the runners on the bunt. And 2 men will stand in scoring position for the Sterling Tigers, and their shortstop, Caden Sheets, who was a ground out and a strikeout. To his credit today, he'll watch first pitch at the knees for strike one. 6-2 Sterling lead, looking to add to it in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dunker, pitch, popped back, foul over the backstop and into the stands. 0-2. Dunker. The 0-2 pitch chipped to the backstop, foul by Caden Sheets. Sheets will get another crack at it. Dunker. Eyeball and Santamasa, who stands at third. Pitch delivered. Sheets lines the ball. Foul up the first base side. Wooldridge could not get there to make the play in foul territory. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Dunker, pitch, hop to the plate for ball 1 to Caden Sheets. Ryan Dunker has limited damage in small ball form. It's been the big ball that has done the damage, and here's a big ball. It could be a double. Sheets drives it out into left field. Santamasa easily scores. Dudley will stop at third after Ben Brown hard charged the ball and cut it off on a great angle to keep it to just an RBI single and make it 7-2. Credit to Ben Brown there on making that play in left field. He could have easily let that ball hop and get past him, but he took a nice angle to it and was able to hold it to an RBI single. We'll now have a visit to the mound for the Brush Beat Diggers, or a visit out to the field for the Brush Beat Diggers, pardon me, as Ben Garrett, who cut off the ball coming in at third base, is a little bit slow getting up off the grass. Caden Sheets comes through with an RBI single, the first run not scored on a home run today for the Sterling Tigers, and the Brush Beat Diggers looking to find their way out of this inning. A double play is in order now. Ben Garrett is up off the grass for the Brush Beat Diggers, and he appears to be okay after cutting the ball off on a throw-in.
Need to do the job. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 25, Justin.
But again, credit to Ben Brown on turning that into just a single and not a double, where that angle was driven. Could have easily done significant damage for Sterling. Runners will stand on the corners, but probably not for long. Caden Sheets, the Sterling Tigers run quite a bit. Dustin Ferguson to the plate. Now a 7-2 lead. The bottom of the 5th. And the first pitch to Ferguson, a single and a fly out to his credit off the plate for ball 1. Dunker checks on the runners. Sheets takes off, pitch, up and away, and they will give Sheets second. Hoping to catch Grayson Dudley going at third. They did not. So now 2 stand in scoring position for Dustin Ferguson. And Dunker will try to work out of the damage once again. He misses low for ball 3. Jacob Sagi in the top of the order, due up a 4th time in the bottom of the 5th behind Ferguson. 3-0 pitch, high, ball 4, so the bases load up.
Back to the top of the order now.
And Jacob Segi will look to come through for the Sterling Tigers. Segi led off the first inning with a double and came home to score. He's flown out to center each his last 2 times at the plate. First pitch, low for ball 1 to Segi. Time called at the plate as Segi looks to get comfortable in the box. Dunker's been working relatively quickly for the Brush Beat Diggers. 1-0, 1 out. Bottom 5, 7-2 Sterling lead. Pitch up the ladder, swung and missed at by Segi, and the count will even out at a ball and a strike. One and one. Segi awaits. Pitch up the ladder for ball 2. Dunker's command is rapidly deteriorating, now at 75 pitches for the Brush Beat Diggers. Two balls and a strike. The base is loaded. Pitch lifted by Segi over to short. It handcuffs Wellen. He'll make the throw to second for 1, on to first for 2. It's a double play. Dunker induces the 6-4-3 double play ball to end the inning and hold the damage to just 1. Through 5 innings, the Brush Beat Diggers trail the Sterling Tigers 7-2. Our 6th inning is next. This is Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. And welcome back to Sterling as we head to inning number 6, a 7-2 lead for the Sterling Tigers over the Brush Beat Diggers. Each team with 7 hits. Each team has left 6 runners aboard. The difference, the 2 home runs right now for the Sterling Tigers. We head to the 6th inning. It will be Carson Rule, Ryan Dunker, Nick Wellen for the Brush Beat Diggers due up. Our 6th inning of Beat Digger Baseball brought to you by Bank of Colorado, a proud supporter of local sports and academics. There's only one Colorado and only one bank dedicated to helping you make the most of living here. Not just a bank in Colorado, they're the Bank of Colorado, member FDIC. Carson Rule 1 for 2 today with a pop-up in foul territory and a single to his credit. Eric Denning, first pitch, low for ball number 1. To Rule. Denning came on in relief, 21 pitches thus far in relief. Rule launches it up and away for ball 2. Rule came on and scored as a part of the 4th inning where the Beat Diggers got a pair of runs home. The 2-1 pitch swung at in the dirt, and the count will go to 2 balls and a strike. Denning will fire the pitch high for ball 3 to Carson Rule. The Beat Digger right fielder followed by the Beat Digger pitcher. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch lined out into left, and Carson Rule will come with the 8th hit of the ball game for the Brush Beat Diggers, and a leadoff man is on once again for the Brush Beat Diggers. They found the leadoff man aboard in the 2nd, in the 3rd, and in the 4th. Only inning they scored runs was in the 4th. None of the leadoff runners that have made it aboard have scored. 2 of the 3 have been caught stealing. Ryan Dunker, a flat and a walk to his credit. The Beat Digger pitcher watches strike 1 by on the inner 3rd. Austin Nelson, the Sterling Tiger third baseman, up the third base line for a potential bunt from Dunker. Dunker not going to bunt. He's going to lift the ball deep out to center field. Chase given by Ferguson. He'll make the catch, and Rule will have to retreat to first. or out number 1.
That'll bring up the
Nicely
shortstop,
driven
number
ball
4,
by
Nick
Dunker
Wellen.
nonetheless. 1 out, Nick Wellen, who's been hit by a pitch and singled today. 1 of 8 Brush Beet Digger hits. First pitch, trying to fill the upper edge of the strike zone. Denning fails in finding it. It's ball 1. Want to know, pitch on the outside corner evens the count out at a ball and a strike. Beet Diggers, unlike Sterling, have not had success much in stealing bases. 1 stolen base in 3 tries today. 1 ball and a strike. Ball ripped out to center field by Wellens. Sailing on a line right to Ferguson. Looked like it was going to get down, but the Tiger center fielder able to track to his right and make the catch. For the second consecutive F8 putout. And Colin Cole to the plate. Cole has 2 of the Beet Diggers' 8 hits today. Has Rule at first. Trying to keep this inning going in the top of the 6th. First pitch, hopped to the plate and blocked by Book up the third base line. Rule will remain at first for the Beet Diggers. One and 0. Denning getting his sign. He'll deliver a breaking ball that doesn't backpick down to first and back in safely. Goes Carson Rule. Two 2-0 pitch in the dirt, picked up by Book, as could have gotten past him easily, allowed the runner to move up. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Denning. A 3-0 pitch way up the ladder, ball 4. So the Beet Diggers will have 2 runners aboard with 2 outs in the top of the 6th, trailing 7-2. And Justin Griffith to the plate. After striking out his first 2 times at the plate, he came up with a single. Garrett Cole will get a courtesy runner once again as the catcher for the Brush Beet Diggers will be Josiah Henry. That comes on to run for the Beet Digger catcher, allow him to get the gear on and speed the game up a little bit. Northeastern is a college that will equip you to go anywhere. Look no further than njc.edu. Denning to face Griffith. First pitch up the ladder for ball number 1 to Griffith. Griffith, the last Beet Digger to see Denning for a first time today, lifts the 1-0 pitch out to right field, chasing it down and making the catch is Grayson Dudley, and ends the inning. Beet Diggers give the leadoff man on and have a 2-out walk. Can't do anything with it. Trail 7-2 as we head to the bottom of inning number 6. This is Brush Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. Welcome back to Sterling. We have a pitching change for the Brush Beet Diggers. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 7-2 lead for the hosting Sterling Tigers. Our Brush Beet Digger pitching change brought to you by State Farm Insurance. When you're looking for someone to walk you through the insurance world, turn to the office of Greg Mullen in Brush, 842-4555. Ryan Dunker's day is done. 5 innings of work, 76 pitches, 7 runs all earned, 3 strikeouts, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 5 hit batsmen. Limited the damage, though, especially when you consider he gave up a grand slam to the 4th batter of the ball game. Looked like he could have turned into a massive implosion. He will go over to first, will Ryan Dunker, and be replaced by junior Bryson Wooldridge on the hill. The long-haired one will take over Dunker to first, so Wooldridge remains out of the hitting lineup as Gunnar Guzman hits for him. Guzman due on third in the top of the 7th inning. And the first batter Wooldridge will face will be Christian Rose. It's Christian Rose, Drew Book, and Austin Nelson to the plate for the Brush Beet Diggers in the bottom of this, or for the Sterling Tigers in the bottom of this 6th inning. Rose, a bunt single, hit by a pitch and a ground out to the pitcher. He has not had a ball that has left the infield today. He'll take the first pitch on the outside corner for strike number 1, but he has scored a run on the grand slam in the first inning. No balls and a strike. The left-hander Wooldridge fires one off the plate, and the count leaving out at 1-1. Rose was squaring to bunt once again. Caused some clenching up the right side of the infield. Now he'll swing away and is late catching up on one off the plate for strike number 2. Wooldridge. Now rocking fire. Pitch drops into the 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the leadoff man in the bottom of this 6th inning. Sterling scoring 4 in the first, 2 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 5th for their 7 runs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wooldridge popped up by Rose foul. He'll stay alive in the event. Beet Diggers played a tough schedule, no question about that, as Rose swings and misses on one in the dirt. It is picked up by Colin Cole and tossed to first in time for the 2-3 putout following Wooldridge's first strikeout of the game. And Drew Book will come to the plate for the Sterling Tigers. Hit by a pair of pitches and a fly out to the Tigers' credit. Wooldridge take his signs from Colin Cole and fire the first pitch off the plate for ball 1, or bottom of the 6th inning on 10-10 KSIR, brought to you by Central Auto Parts. You need your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape. Make sure you take care of them by purchasing the best quality parts, great prices. Your local Napa store is Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. The 1-0 pitch finds the outside corner to Drew Book, so Wooldridge has an even count at a ball and a strike. Bryson will fire. The ball ripped by Book out to right center field. All the way to the fence it goes. Book going to head to second, round second, and look for a triple. The throw-in coming from Carson Rule. The relay to third, not in time to get Book. It's a one-out triple for the Sterling Tiger catcher. And the 8th run of the game standing 90 feet away for the Tigers. Bryson Wooldridge will have his first runner in scoring position opportunity, and the courtesy runner will come aboard for the Sterling Tigers in the form of Trevor Roush. Once again, Austin Nelson, who had the grand slam in the first, to the plate. Wooldridge. First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1 to Nelson. Since that home run, he's walked and struck out. Wooldridge. 0-1 pitch up and away. The count leaving out at a ball and a strike. One and one. Wooldridge fires, pitch laced out to right field by Austin Nelson. He's going to get his 5th run batted into the ball game as Roush comes in on the RBI single, and it's now 8-2 in favor of the hosting Sterling Tigers. Didn't have a lot of heat on it, so Nelson did what he could with it. And he'll be aboard ahead of Dylan Santamasso. Santamasso 2 for 3 with the 2-run home run and a single to his hit credit today. As the 2 runs batted in, Colorado sleeve on the right arm. He'll dig in with Austin Nelson at first. Wooldridge, the left-hander, eyeballing the runner at first. Sanamaso checks his swing, and the pitch finds the zone in the outside corner for strike 1.
Pitch runner coming into the ball game.
Now we'll have a runner come in for the Sterling Tigers. Daniel Thiessen. Will run at first for Austin Nelson. That is a pinch runner, and he could enter back in, much like the Brush Beet Diggers did with Carson Rule earlier in this game. Following the substitution in first for the Sterling Tigers, Dylan Sanamaso will step back in. No balls and 1 strike with 1 out. 8-2 lead for the hosting Sterling Tigers over the Brush Beet Diggers. The bottom of the 6th. Pick throw over to first. Wooldridge obviously cognizant of the fact with a pinch runner in, the Beet Diggers will need to pay attention to the stolen base. Even more so, although it really hasn't mattered who today. Sterling has shown the propensity to run. Oh, 0-1. Wooldridge to the plate. Sanamaso late catching up on it. No balls and 2 strikes. Wooldridge a strikeout to kick off this bottom of the 6th. Back-to-back runners have reached now. 0-1, or 1-1, pardon me, or 0-2, pick throw over to first. I'll get it right. Scoreboard might not, but I will. Oh, 0-2, Wooldridge up and away for ball 1 to Sanamaso. Eight runs on 9 hits for the Sterling Tigers. Beet Diggers have 8 hits, just haven't come through at the right time. 1-2, pitch chipped off foul. We'll do it again. Left the bases loaded in the 3rd inning. Left a pair on in the 4th inning when they scored a pair. 8 total left aboard, with leaving 2 on in the 5th. One ball, 2 strikes. Thiessen taking off. Pick throw to first. Dunker will make the throw down to second, and we now have a pickle coming in. Throw back to first and Wooldridge, and he makes the tag. So it is 1-3-6-1 on the put out back at first.
Couldn't quite get under it.
And so it's 1-3-6-1 if you're scoring at home. If you're not scoring at home, that's okay. I just randomly spout numbers that mean not as much. So 2 away now. Bases empty. Sanamaso has a 1-2 count in an 8-2 ball game. Wooldridge looking to get out with just the single run of damage in the 6th. He'll fire the pitch, and he'll get the strikeout. Pair of strikeouts, pair of hits, and a pickoff at first. Brush Beet Diggers trail by 6 as we head to the 7th inning. This is Brush Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. Brush Beet Diggers trail 8-2 as we head to the top of the 7th inning on 1010 KSIR. I'm Ben Bleck in for John Beltran on this Tuesday afternoon. The Sterling Tigers have a new pitcher brought to you by High Plains Bank, offering a wide variety of products customized to fit your individual needs. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. It'll be Bodie Hume taking over on the mound for Eric Denning, who came in the 4th inning. Chris Sherbarth, the starter, 3 1/3 innings of work. Eric Denning, the reliever, 2 2/3. Denning threw 36 pitches, and now Bodie Hume will step in. Look and finish this one off. It will be Caleb Cox that will lead off the top of the 7th inning. Cox followed by Ben Garrett and Gunnar Guzman. In this 7th frame, the Brush Beet Diggers have left 8 aboard, and that's been the ultimate thing that has seen them in that deficit. Sterling cleaned the bases early as the first pitch in the dirt all the way to the backstop for ball number 1. Cox, yet to get a hit today, has reached on a walk. Fly out and a ground out around said walk, 1-0. Hume, the lanky right-hander, hops one all the way to the backstop for ball 2. A lot of guys that haven't seen action recently for Sterling with the weather changes last week. They played Wednesday, Thursday. Supposed to play Saturday, did not because of the weather. 2-0. Hume with the pitch. Outside for ball 3. Big league game for Sterling on Saturday against Eaton. Big game for Brush on Thursday at home against Yuma, one of the better teams in the 2A classification. The 3-1 gimme strike on the outside corner. Take the count in the top of the 7th to the leadoff man. 2-3 balls and a strike. Hume. Pitch low, ball 4, so Caleb Cox will draw the walk. Beet Digger's second baseman is aboard ahead of a pinch hit here. Not be Ben Garrett, it will be Isaac De Herrera that will come in and hit, the senior for the Brush Beet Diggers. A .273 hitter thus far this year. His first at-bat stepping into the 3-hole, and should the Beet Diggers force the bottom of the 7th inning, would presume would remain in the game at 3rd. First pitch he sees, lifts it out to shallow right field. Grayson Dudley giving chase. The ball will drop in front of him, unable to get there. So it'll be a single, the 9th hit of the ball game for the Brush Beet Diggers, a pop-up single.
So now 2 runners on for the designated hitter, number 14, Gunnar Guzman.
And runners will stand on 1st and 2nd with nobody out in the top of inning number 7. For designated hitter Gunnar Guzman. Guzman 0 for 3 this afternoon. A flyout to 1st. Reached on a fielder's choice and a strikeout his last 2 times up. Art leads for the runners as Hume misses low for ball 1 to Guzman. Here comes set, check on Cox out at 2nd. Hume, pitch delivered, Guzman rips it to the backstop, foul to even the count out. Had a ball and a strike. Beet Diggers' 2 runs came in the 4th inning. In that 4th inning, they got the leadoff man on like they did once again here in the 7th. That leadoff man has not scored, however, any of the 4 times he's gotten aboard today. All popped up foul by Guzman on the 1-1. Over the backstop, count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hume. He'll settle on, take a check out at 2nd. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Guzman swung to drive that one a mile and got 0 contact for the first out in the top of this 7th inning. That'll draw Ben Brown to the plate for his 2nd at-bat of the game, coming in as a pinch hitter in the 5th. Brown flew out to right. Held the Sterling Tigers to just 1 run defensively in the bottom of the 5th, and what could have been 2. He'll rip one to the backstop, foul for strike 1. 8-2, top 7, Beet Diggers trail. Each team's rolled into a double play today. Hume delivers the pitch. Home run swing. Strike 2 contact for Ben Brown. 0-2. Hume will step off, have a conversation with Jacob Segi, his second baseman, who's in shallow defensively. The defense adjusted in the outfield, with Christian Rose moving to left center and Grayson Dudley toward the line. The 0-2 pitch paints the outside corner, and Ben Brown banging the helmet as he heads to the dugout. Watch that by for strike 3. And the Beat Diggers down to their final out in the top of the 7th inning. It'll be on Carson Rule as a pair of hits after a pop-up in foul territory his first time out. Hume, first pitch up the ladder for ball 1 to Carson Rule.
Got him. Yeah.
Infield back behind the base runners. Beat Diggers have come up with a lot of hits, trying to come up with one more. As shot down to second, scooped up, and they'll get the force out to end the ball game. Sega to Sheets forces out D. Herrera at second, and the fielder's choice wraps us up 8-2. The Brush Beat Diggers fall. We'll take a break, and we'll have our post-game show next as the Brush Beat Diggers lose to Sterling 8-2. This is 1010 KSIR. Sterling Tigers down the Brush Beat Diggers 8-2 as we welcome you back to our post-game show on 1010 KSIR. The Brush Beat Diggers post-game show is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home and Farm Center. They're your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies, from plumbing to feed, with 3 locations to serve you in Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan. I've been Black at 8 runs on 9 hits, no errors, and 6 left on for the Sterling Tigers. 2 runs on 9 hits, no errors, and 10 left aboard for the Brush Beat Diggers. The win goes to Eric Denning in relief, as the Sterling Tigers starter did not go the minimum. Ryan Dunker hung with the loss, but I really felt Ryan Dunker did a fine job today for the Brush Beat Diggers. 5 innings of work, 76 pitches, gave up the pair of home runs and 7 total earned runs, did hit 5 batters, but he was able to really limit the Tigers' damage to a lot of soft contact outside of the grand slam in the first and the 2-run home run in the third, which he just flat out missed spots. That's baseball. It happens. It happened in an unfortunate time for him, but I thought a good outing for him. Tigers were able to knock around the ball, but maybe not knock it around it as much as you would anticipate. Them in an 8-2 win, and that's thanks to his pitching. The hitting for the Brush Beat Diggers as well was pretty good. You got a couple of hits out of Carson Rule, who went 2 for 4 today. You had runs batted in by Justin Griffith, who had a couple egregious strikeouts early in the game, but settled himself in. I thought the most consistent hitter today was Colin Cole, who went 2 for 2. A pair of singles, drove in a run, and had a walk. The Beat Diggers fall back now to 2-8 on the season, while the Sterling Tigers have now an 8-game winning streak. The Beat Diggers will next be in action on Thursday when they host Yuma. We'll have that on 1010 KSIR, and John Beltran will be back for that action. I'm Ben Blecker, glad to fill in. I'll have a couple more Beat Digger games for you this year. This has been Brush Beat Digger Baseball. They lose 8-2 to the Sterling Tigers on 1010 KSIR.